What is going on, everybody? King Recon here today, man, to talk about some Gintama awesome sauce for chapter 568, man. Once again, this week's chapter, it was so good, and it got even better afterwards, man. When I read your comment, yo, Amy, shout out to you, man. Shout out to you, because when I saw that comment, I was like, what? Because I guess whenever I was reading it, I was so caught up in the moment, I didn't really process it because I was seeing flashback, so I didn't really let anything sink in. But dude, so it's because of Bato that Sakamoto can't. He never. Because I always wondered why he never picked up his sword again, man. Like why does he always have his gun? I thought that that Sakamoto got serious, he would finally pull out his sword and have his gun in the other hand and be beast. But it's because he can't. And that's so sad, bro. And that adds an entire new layer to what I originally thought the Gintoki Bato fight was gonna have. And it's gonna be great. It's gonna be one hell of a bout. Now I'm curious on how Takatsuki is gonna be, because we saw his face and we saw like his reaction back in the past. So I'm curious on how is Takatsuki gonna be involved, or at the end of the fight is Takatsuki gonna wake up? Like I don't know what's gonna happen there, but something's definitely gonna happen with Takatsuki, that's for sure. But man, dude, just that Sakamoto scene, now I can't stop thinking about it. Like because now that I remember it, it makes so much sense, man. It's a tendon that's cut. Yo, he got messed up bad. He got messed up really bad. But I can't wait for next week. It was only 13 pages, man. The Gintoki versus Bato's gonna be nasty. I'm curious on not only Bato's past, but I'm very curious as well on, once again, his correlation to Shoyo. I know Bato as some sort of correlation to either Shoyo or Utsuro, and that's gonna be very interesting to see. Now, when it comes to Nobu, man. Now, if Nobu changes his mindset, technically after this arc, that can leave a window up to us possibly getting a couple of like those comedy arcs again. And the reason why I say that is because if Nobu pulls up the initial rule that he placed at the end of the Farewell Shinsengumi arc, then technically we can, because it's not going to be restricted anymore. They're not going to be wanted men. They're not going to be wanted. So I'm curious on how Sorachi's going to take the whole Nobu route, and it's going to depend on how this arc goes too. But with Nobu having like this change of heart, it is now a possibility that we could actually go back to having like those shorter arcs, maybe even one-shot chapters. But I want to know what you guys think on that, because is that something you want to see? And is that something, because I believe Sorachi can pull it off. I just don't know how he would do it, because he did say he was preparing for the end. But what is the end for him? Like, I don't know. Because with Gintama, it can go anywhere. It could go back to those little one shot / short arcs for a while, then hit it off with the final arc, or we can have a couple more series. Like I don't know the way Sorachi wants to do it, but one thing's for damn sure: if Nobu really changes his mind, or if he really is on this path, which by this chapter as well, really good stuff on Nobu's part. But I don't know, man. It's a possibility though. We can go back to those arcs if Nobu really has a change of heart, man. He's the Shogun. He's the Shogun. So I'm curious on how that's gonna go down. And of course, with the rest of the arc, I've already talked about that many times before. But the main thing is with Nobu's change of heart. Can we go back to comedy? And that Sakamoto scene, man. I mean, and by the comedy, you know what I mean, like these long, serious arcs. But is that something you would like to see? Would you like to continue on these, this path of having serious arc after serious arc after serious, all the way up until the end, or would you like to go back to those couple of chapters? But the thing is can he do it after showing us all of this? I have faith in Sorachi. I definitely do. So whatever decision he makes, I have full faith in it. But it's gonna be definitely a hard move to make after 3 in a row, man. After 3 serious arcs in a row. But we still have this arc to go. There's still a lot of questions that need to be answered, man. Like, well, what in the world happened to Kagura? Where's Kamui? What's about to go down with me? What is Utsuro and Oboro about to do? So, and is Takatsuki gonna wake up? Like, there's a couple things that we still need to definitely know. You know, the past of Yumibozu, Kagura, and Kamui. Like, it's just there's a lot of things that we have yet to see in this arc. So this arc is definitely not going to be over yet. But I'm very, very excited to see how Bato's flashback connects to Shoyo. I know it has to connect to either Shoyo or Utsuro. It has to. It absolutely has to. And I'm very excited to see what happens to them in the past. You know, like, will the Shogun Toki versus Bato back then was a little skirmish? Like, because he said, I've been waiting for you, Shido Yasha. So I'm interested. I'm very, very interested to see how that's going to go down. But, man, dude, that Sakamoto thing still has me, man. That's some sad stuff. That really is. He's never able to hold the sword again, man. And it's crazy. But I can't wait. I'm really, really excited to find out more. I'm just, my mind, it just can't get that thought. I can't get that thought out of my mind now. The whole thing with Nobunobu, like, can it be possible? Can we go back to having, you know, as I like to call, classic Gintama? Or are those days over? You know, and I'll leave. I guess I'll end off this discussion on that little on that answer. Do you guys think it's possible? And if you do think it's possible, would you like to see it happen? And, you know, and I suppose that's how I'll leave it off, man. So you guys have an awesome day. Once again, this Gintama chapter for me gets an awesome sauce, man. I loved it from beginning to end. And because anytime I get to see the flashback, it's always great. But now knowing the truth behind why Sakamoto can't wield his sword, and, you know, the entire dialogue and conversation between Mutsu and Nobunobu was so good. And then I'm just so curious on what Nobunobu was about to do and what Sorashi's about to do with his character afterwards as well. Like, is Nobunobu about to have a second change of heart after this, where he goes back to the way he was because of some sort of incident or moment that happens, or will he continue on this route? Like, there's so many different things that can happen now. But Gintoki versus Bato is going to be a turning point in this arc, into which I believe, like, the ending of that battle is going to definitely open the doors to the rest of the stuff, because we've been having, you know, fight after fight after fight, but I think after Gintoki versus Bato, unless it gets interrupted, Gintoki versus Bato's end is going to transition into the Yato stuff, and that's where we're going to end off the arc on all of the Yato stuff, you know, possibly. We need to see the end of what happened with Yumibozu versus the Harusame. We need to see what happened once again with Kagura, what's going to happen with Kamui, where is he, will Takatsuki wake up? And will we get to see Yumibozu versus Utsuro in this arc? Oh, what are Utsuro and Oboro going to do? So there's a lot of questions, definitely. But I'm very excited for the future of Gintama, man. Next week is going to be hype, dude. Gintoki versus Bato. It's going to be nasty. It's going to be legendary. But I can't get that thought out of my mind, man. Like, if Nobunobu has a change of heart, can this series go back? I don't know, but I'll just leave me your thoughts down below. Let's talk about that in the comments section, because I'm very curious on your guys' thoughts, because it's a possibility. It's a possibility, because if they're no longer wanted, then why continue? But at the same time, he seems preparing for the end. I don't know. My mind is so clustered right now. I can't even think straight. So you guys have an awesome day. Gotama. That's how you know this chapter was good. That I can't stop thinking about it, and it's making me. I'm stumbling over my words, guys. So have an awesome day. Gintama greatness. Man, I feel sorry for Sakamoto, man. That's my boy, dude. I hope that one day he's able to wield the sword once more. I really do. What is going on, everybody? King Recon here, coming in from the future. While editing the video, I went back and looked at some comments, and yo, these are some really good possibilities, man. So right here we have Cycle 113 saying that Shirei will fight Abuto, and then Hermit Sage says, I guess Shirei will fuck up Abuto first, and then Takatsuki will wake up and fight Shirei. Now, both of these are very interesting possibilities, because if Abuto fights, I've always wanted to know more about Abuto. He's already an interesting, and enough of an interesting character. Like, I would love to see a one-on-one. But the thing is, with Shirei being the oldest, man, that's gonna bring some. That is definitely gonna be an interesting bout, but I would love to see Abuto go in, but is Shirei that powerful, man? They can take out Abuto? But at the same time, if Takatsuki wakes up and fight him, that would mean that all of the Joy 4 get their fight, so that makes sense too. But, yo, after I saw that comment, that really put think in my mind, man, like what's gonna go down with Shirei? Because I'm interested, man. Now I'm extremely interested, dude. With Shirei, what's gonna go down? Personally, now I would love to see the Abuto thing, and I think I would love to see the Abuto thing mainly because, like I said before, he's such an interesting character, but I want to see more of what the Yato can do in battle. But I'm guessing we're going to get more of that as the arc progresses. But at the same time, it would tie everything all together if Takatsuki shows up, man. He fights him. I don't know. What could it be? Could it be the Joy 4 getting all their battles? Because, I would love to see Takatsuki back in action going in, man. That'd be awesome sauce. That'd be crazy. I'd be like, yeah, that'd be great. But at the same time, I don't want Abuto to get wrecked. So, I don't know, man. I don't know, but someone's going to take on Shirei, that's for damn sure. So I guess I'll leave that up to you guys as well in the comments. Who do you guys think Shirei is going to take on? And if you don't think it's either Abuto or Takatsuki, who do you think it's going to be? But as for right now, those seem like very, very high possibilities. Once again, I would love to see Abuto's battle, because seeing on how it's been so far, how we keep on delving into their flashbacks deeper and deeper, I would love to delve more into Abuto, man. I would love to know more about him, because he's already enough of an interesting character. I think it's because of his voice actor. His voice actor is so good. But I've always liked Abuto. He's always interested me a lot, so I would love to know more about him, especially in this battle. And we get to learn about his past, that'd be amazing. But at the same time, if we get the reunion of the Joy 4 going in, if my boy Takatsuki takes on Shirei, that'd be one awesome sauce of a bout as well. And it'd be a great addition. And it would be something for me that would definitely sink this arc in as probably one of my favorites. Having all the Joy 4 having their battles, like, that's insane. But the way Sorachi's been doing it, every single battle has meant something different, and even little things like Nobu coming in the Sakamoto and Mutsu battle versus Uranus. Like, what is Sorachi going to do, and what is he planning for that Shirei fight? So I'll leave that up to you guys. Have an awesome day, and so just let me know in the comment section who you guys think is going to fight Shirei, because this is actually very interesting now. This adds like an entire new layer, because Who could it be, man? Who could it be? Regardless, I'm gonna be happy if it is either Abuto or Takatsuki. I'm gonna be happy. I just hope that Abuto doesn't get wrecked. That's all I'm hoping for. And if he does get wrecked, let it be by someone more powerful. Well, then again, I don't know how powerful Shirei is. I'm just rambling now. Have an awesome day. I'm just rambling.